A man floors the accelerator and crashes into a police car. But when the officers come over to inquire, the man flashes his badge instead, questioning why the police parked their car on the roadside. This gives the man an opportunity to get his car repaired. As for why the man desperately needed his car fixed, it all started last night. The man had an accident simply because he was taking a phone call while driving. When he looked up to assess the situation, the person he'd hit was lying not far away. The man approached the victim minus there were no signs of life. Just as the man was calling his connections to handle the situation, a patrol car slowly approached. The man quickly hung up and dragged the body to a corner. Unexpectedly, the police car suddenly changed direction minus apparently this area wasn't within their jurisdiction. So the man stuffed the corpse into his trunk and frantically rushed to his mother's funeral. But just as he planned to handle his mother's affairs and then find a place to dispose of the body, a colleague sent him a warning message. The investigation team had already found evidence of the man's bribery and was now preparing to inspect his car. The panicked man glanced at the ventilation duct and came up with a plan. He parked his car at the duct's exit and threw a toy figure attached to a thin string into the duct. Back inside, he lied to the priest, claiming he wanted to spend some time alone with his mother. The priest left without suspicion. The man then released a balloon in his hand, which perfectly blocked the security camera. At this moment, he opened the ventilation opening minus the toy figure appeared right before his eyes. He pressed the activation switch and the toy successfully started up. But after crawling just a few steps, the toy stopped and made gunshot sounds. However, the noise from the toy attracted a staff member's attention. The worker pressed his ear against the door and heard the sounds the man was making. At the same time, the man realized someone was about to come. Suddenly, urgent knocking came from outside. Fortunately, they couldn't open the main door. The man had no choice but to speed up his actions. But at this moment, the toy got stuck just one step away from the exit. Desperate, the man turned his attention to the crucifix. Finally, he successfully reached the toy figure. He used all his strength to hide the corpse properly, but he had no time to rest minus he could only quickly tidy up the scene. But just as everything was completed, sounds suddenly came from inside the coffin.